Røkkr. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. 8-6 all the hay. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and eggs. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the.
Octane.
That's what we wanted. That's what I'm talking about. He don't miss.
Off record deals. Tell him talk to Colin for the quote. Off record eyes. Still want to act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable.
One we got. Dashy coming through with the pistol. That's going to be nearly the worst. Pulls out the pistol and gets it done after a lot.
Hello. How we doing, Minnesota? We've got an incredible day 3 about to kick off, and we've got a juggernaut matchup. On one side of it, Thieves on the revenge tour. They get bodied all throughout the qualifier, now trying to make the run. And on the other side, you know them, you love them. It's OpTic Texas. Let's get into it. Let's meet the squads. Let's start it off with OpTic Texas. Dashy, iLLeY, Shotzzy, Scump, and Rambo Ray.
Pound for pound and brick by brick. They have a target on their back this major, but at the end of the day, we gotta respect the champs, and you just can't doubt OpTic in this loser's bracket run.
And now their opponents, backs against the wall. It has been a struggle throughout this qualifier, but now they try to ramp it up, to run it up. Let's meet the Los Angeles Thieves. Envoy, Kenny, Drazah, and Octane.
The community has been against these guys, telling them to blow it up over the last couple of weeks. It was a tough Major 2 qualifying stage, but they get the reverse sweep last night. Drazah goes off, and they have an opportunity to knock out the defending champs right now in match number 1. Maven, let's get it started, baby.
Let's get it started. Day 3 in Minnesota begins now. Over to our casters, Pricey and Tongue.
Thank you very much, Maven. Yes, we are ready, and we are waiting for this game. OpTic Texas versus LA Thieves. Thieves, of course, dramatic fashion last night, the reverse sweep. OpTic Texas keep on ticking too. And coming into this one, an awful lot of stake for both teams.
Yeah, a lot on the line. Of course, Thieves have kind of awoken from the slumber that has been stage 2 for them. OpTic, with the surprise drop in early, have looked pretty good since then. So I'm just very curious what kind of game we're going to get between these two. Usually, it's a banger, and I'd imagine that everybody here inside the venue and at home will be wanting to start off Saturday with just that. Having a look at the maps and modes, though. It's a bit of a difficult one to try and understand. Of course, many people would still give control over towards OpTic as the higher seed. They will always be picking Tuscan. Tuscan hardpoint for them, very, very good. But outside of that, it's something to talk about. It's not necessarily cut and dry each way we go. Thieves may well have had a bad stage 2 so far. But quite often something we've talked about is confidence. Will that team have confidence from their big, big win, their dramatic win against the Subliners yesterday?
Well, that's the thing coming into this one. All the talk, all the hype about how bad LA Thieves have been during the qualifier, that all gets put to bed if they win this next game. Nobody can talk after that. On the other side of it, though, defending CDL champions, dropped in the losers early, and now are trying to make the run, a historic run. If they can do this and get all the way back to the grand finals and go back to back, that journey starts here. We're going on the Tuscan hardpoint to kick things off. Thieves made this one interesting yesterday. but OpTic Texas do have the statistics on their side.
100%. The thing is, for Thieves on this one, I need to see more rotations than what we did against Subliners. They lost every single rotation that we've seen, apart from the final one where they won the game. You're going to need to rotate well. Their breaks are good, but they're going to be good enough going up against OpTic Texas. Let's find out right now.
Already, it's going to be LA Thieves opening up proceedings with a couple of kills here on the P1. And iLLeY will get a couple back himself.
Shots in from Drazah, seeing what he can possibly do. Kenny and Cole, though, will find the lockdown, and they're going to try to get this flipped around as quickly as they can. Shotzzy ready and waiting, though, to try and break this down. That's the second as Envoy falls. OpTic bouncing back quick.
Well, you can see already they're trying to get these points on the board for this first one here as well. The rotation is going to look like them if they keep this map controlled. And Shotzzy's already starting to try to put a little bit of hurt on them. That's a 4 streak from him as well, and he's going to try and farm them. Finds Drazah, that's 5.
And this is not what you want to see if you're an LA Thieves fan. Shotzzy heating up at the beginning of a series is something that maybe takes a little bit longer, but my goodness, it's not taking long now. He's had his Weetabix this morning. Is he going to have number 7 through the truck? Doesn't need it as Dashy is there, the rotation is there, and Thieves' problems continue. In terms of these rotations, let's see if they can find the break. First in break percentage though, and that might line up here.
Keep an eye though on the minimap. Octane is going to try and get a pinch. It's not going to happen. Eddie shuts him down. Shotzzy still looking for that streak. And he knows there's a lot of LA Thieves players in this area. He's going to get his teammate maybe to bait him out. He goes around the corner. Shotzzy! What on earth? How do you snap with a both? And he keeps on moving. A 9 streak for Shotzzy is cutting LA to ribbons. And this is a ridiculous start.
This is a dangerous prospect to absolutely everybody in the tournament, and no more than the LA Thieves. Shotzzy is 10 and 2 to kick things off. It is 11. He doesn't need it. The rest of his team do fall though, and eventually Thieves will find a break. And for all that, my God, Shotzzy still absolutely frying. For all that, and for all the work that Texas have done, it is a 30-point lead, but this is what happened with Thieves yesterday. It always felt like they were in no control, they were nowhere near it, but they kept the game close. Let's see if they can continue to do so.
Well, Shotzzy going for another challenge, stays alive, gets it again on a 3 streak one more time. Eventually will get shut down. This time though, LA Thieves are in a position to potentially get some time back here away from OpTic.
He gets somebody inside the point right now. It could be Envoy, but he needs to keep control of Broken. Eventually, Drazah inside. The break for Texas may well come through Dashy. Is going to find one, but look at the one player coming around behind. Scumpy could be the one to set up the pinch here. Drazah will find one. iLLeY and Scump combining. Envoy still inside the point. Shotzzy, can he find a kill? Yes, he can. Scump round the back. It's a perfect break from Texas.
It is. LA Thieves, though, are not far away. They're going to try and make this one happen. Drazah goes in by himself, though. No trade available. Shotzzy waiting for those field players, and he knows exactly where they're coming from. He's going to try and challenge again. Eventually will go down, but it's still going to be OpTic who have control of this hard point. And we are going to see a rotation now start to come in for the Green Wall.
That's a big gunfight win. That's going to be all the scrap going over towards OpTic Texas. Rotating around now. If you're Thieves, you need to maybe just calm it down a little bit. Go back to your fundamentals. Trying to start getting some of these gunfights your way. But Shotzzy seems an impossible one at times. And Envoy is he the next lamb to the slaughter. Towards the back, Envoy will find it though, and this could be a good rotation coming in here for the Thieves.
Yeah, this is what they needed. Get that rotation, trying to hold it down as well. And you can see the big fight going up top. Kenny and Drazah combining. And he's going to be looking for that second one, but Scump says no thank you. Don't jump down on me, and I will try and just gun you out of the ceiling. And eventually though, Shotzzy somehow wins a gunfight. He shouldn't, and both teams trading back and forth here. LA Thieves holding on though.
Oh, Envoy, can he find the final one? Scump with the pistol though. Isn't going to find a second. Octane ready and wins. Shotzzy comes sliding in. And we need to see a little bit more from Envoy than what we've seen yesterday, because he really was one of the worst performers. And we have seen him look so good in that LA Thieves jersey. But so far, he really has been at the races at 11 and 9. But Scumpy and Cole, they're the ones heating it up. The third's not there, but Envoy is. He continues to lock it down here. He's had a great time over towards Church.
I'll tell you something, all the slaying is to OpTic, but they haven't got that big of an advantage. And this is LA Thieves' playground. They're going into P5. We saw them hold it yesterday for a practically perfect hard point. They can do that against OpTic now. They're going to have a very good time of it. But Shotzzy, he's going to get taken down, and it's Thieves again to hold P5.
Envoy very much in his head there. That's the kind of play you would see him make so many times. That flank round was very well read, and the Thieves really proving exactly why they are one of the best teams in the game at locking this one down. You're so right. You look at the slaying, you look at the kill feed. It's mostly been OpTic, but you look at the numbers that matter right now, and Thieves are not far behind.
They really are not. They are going to try and take the lead here if they can hold it though. Eventually though, OpTic have managed to get some bodies into this one and will take advantage. They have eventually broken that P5 away from the Thieves. And And it looks like they're going to try and hold it here. The last few gunfights are about to come in as the Thieves try to contest at least a little bit with Kenny firing through a wall. Dashy and Shotzzy though reinforcing here, and they're going to get this scrap time. We are off to the races, and it's going to be Scump as he desperately tries to open up the door for his team. But let's find out what they're feeling with OpTic Texas. Listen in.
There's on you.
You got it. I got you.
Yo, what's you? There's on you. Chop it.
I've got it.
I'll pick him in.
I'm gonna get him.
Yo, when do you guys both the time? Yeah, I'm right here.
Yo, I'm close to you. They're you. And
I can hit it out.
Yo, let's go to red. I'm gonna got it and Thunder side.
I'm gonna got it as well.
I Thunder side as well.
What's Thunder out?
I'm here. I don't see him. I don't see anything.
One more.
Are you? Enter got hitting. He got me. He's out of block right now. Outer tree block. There's a hill, Dylan. There's a hill. Do you run that? You. Where's Brennan?
There's on you.
He's still there. Our side you. Our got hitting.
I'm trying to go
He's still
for
there. Yep. Take your time.
I need to go for
Kenny pushed out, bro. He pushed out. Yo,
what is fucking working me?
I'm on ult. Hold on, take that.
I have plat right now. I have plat.
Are you on ult?
Look at radio. Try to need over
I don't
plat.
see any on ult.
Do not need like on top plat.
I can still wait to back guys. I'm trying to...
Well, OpTic do hold the lead down here at the moment, but it is tense. LA Thieves are not winning the slaying game, but they are not that far behind at any point, Ton.
Kind of the similar story as what we've seen yesterday. We talked about it a few times, but it seems to be coming to fruition now. The kills round towards the back door are important, and 3 of them fall OpTic's way. aBeZy's the last remaining. It's a perfect break from Texas. All from Scump and iLLeY towards the back tag teaming. The player on the tank, and now Drazah and Co have to break back themselves. That nade is solid. Can he find the second here on a Shotzzy as well? The break on through is going to be there for Drazah as Dashy and Co still fighting. Over 30 seconds remaining here. Kenny from behind. That's the break they may well need. That could be 30 seconds over towards the Thieves.
Oh, Kenny's going to try and sit here. Unfortunately, there's a lot of OpTic to try and take him down. They do. OpTic take no scrap time for you today. And they've got the rotation. LA Thieves looking a little bit lost here. I thought they had the advantage. And while they will pick up some scrap time, they will get a team kill as well. Shotzzy's going to contest for just a few more seconds. And Thieves are going to have to find their way all across the map.
And the thing is there for Shotzzy, brilliantly well played. He may well be nowhere near his team to help them out, but the fact that he's just distracting Thieves, giving them absolutely nothing. He is in their face at every given moment, and now Drazah, could he be the next one on the chopping block as well? There's the help from Scump, very well worked, but the push for Thieves coming in from grass side.
See what now they're stacking, they're ready for the nades are flying in, trying to get this one done. Octane, Drazah, and boy! Have managed to completely clean out OpTic Texas here, and they will take this time away. You can see though the pinch is trying to come in through it as well. Dashy holding down, Scump gets one at the same time, and Thieves broke and have been broken in return. OpTic say no, we will not go quietly on this hard point. You will not have this time as they continue to throw left and right hooks in this hard point.
Oh, they are swinging right now, both teams, and eventually it is going to be Thieves who come back out on top. So that scrap that has been fought over will go over towards the Thieves, and we still have a relatively tight game. This rotation over towards Church, though, is where it's important. What can aBeZy do from this moment? Can they start to find the kills? The shots into iLLeY, you have to be careful. The Falk in hand is dangerous. Both teams are here. These fights are crucial.
Yeah, aBeZy just trying to stay alive here. You can see the rest of Thieves trying to back him up. It will be OpTic Texas with this first bit of control. iLLeY just completely shuts down the back. Drazah's desperately trying to find something in the hill now as well. He knows there's players all around him as Octane gets 2, and they are winning these fights here in the hill, but somehow staying alive. Both teams able to get bodies in here, and eventually Thieves take it away from Texas.
It's about a 20-point game right now. The Thieves have very much managed to claw their way and stay into it. They're hanging on to OpTic at every single moment. Can OpTic find the break here at Church? Dashy opens things up there as iLLeY follows in with the MP40, but Octane, an absolute monumental performance, 23 and 25. It's a 5 spree for him with the Volkstrom Gewehr. Can he continue it here?
Well, this is where it starts getting a little bit anxious here.
That's big. He's one off.
You really don't want to sit. I mean, he's one off, but he's going to have to change guns, by the way. No ammo left in that Volk. And this is the change. This is the chance. Thieves take the lead for the first time. OpTic, though, are ready and set up. Now, here they go. Already it's OpTic.
That's huge. That's huge. That's the glide bomb there, and that's this side of the map completely open. Can they find the push through the front? Pricey iLLeY will find 2, and there's Shotzzy with another.
Well, OpTic have managed to hold this one off, even in the face of a lot of pressure coming in from Thieves. They are not letting them close here. LA Thieves going to desperately try and make a little bit of a push here. Octane and aBeZy going hard. The slaying is not all OpTic's way anymore as Shotzzy still managed to shut it down as he continues to move in this hard point, but Thieves have broken in. They have found a way into this one as well, and iLLeY cannot get that kill either. Octane has caught fire.
Drazah inside the bottom and can't quite find it. Scump will find that kill. LA Thieves or OpTic, neither team have really got a lot of time, but right now it's the side from Texas. Locking in the time. There's 15 seconds remaining here. aBeZy will find the kill, but this has been a really good hold by Texas towards the end. 10 seconds remaining. Drazah can do nil, can do nothing about it. And if you look at the rotation heading over back towards P1, it's the green wall ready and waiting for the side of Thieves, who are going to try and knock it down here, and it may well take a rocket to do so. The glide bomb comes in. iLLeY may be the first to fall. Drazah will find another. Here comes the break.
The Thieves are in. The Thieves are in, but Dashy's trying to hold them back as well. Gets taken down by Envoy. And you can see OpTic are ready for this one. They're trying to stack it up. Shotzzy's going to try and hit the flag. He takes down Kenny. Kenny thought he was coming, but still wasn't able to do anything. And OpTic are breaking back in here. Envoy and Drazah still holding it down. Drazah's have to find two. Surely not. Shotzzy, how are you still alive? This just ran past another player, ignoring the bullets for it as well, as Thieves continue to hold here against them.
The spawn in here for OpTic is not very good for them, though. They've got them exactly where they want them if they are the Thieves. And Drazah's just trying to lock it down. Oh my word! Scump then falls. OpTic through the middle. Thieves in the lead. 15 seconds to go. They cannot win it here over towards P1. Neither team can. It's about the rotation. It is there for Thieves. These next fights are crucial. These next fights will win map number 1.
Well, there we go. OpTic, one last chance. They have to get here. They have to wrest this control away from the Thieves. And you can see the players on the minimap all stacking in already. A fight into church for Drazah, and he's trying to stay alive. He knows he has to. He finds them, but not enough. Scump breaks through in a church, and now they get into the hill.
So
and it's Thieves who have to break.
Kenny finds two towards the back. The spawns are there for the Thieves. They've found their way in. It's only iLLeY inside the hill. iLLeY and Thieves, first blood in the game.
Oh my goodness. Last time around, the Thieves did it against the Subliners, and now they've done it against OpTic. Tuscan hardpoint, that's where they come to play. And for the majority of that game, it was all OpTic Texas. They were dominating the kill feed, they had the slaying power, but they did not have the staying power to beat LA Thieves.
Thieves proving why they are the highest percentage break team in the game when it comes down to Tuscan. Let's have another look at that last 30 seconds, because things got a little bit frisky for me there, Brycey. Back and forth we went. Last time they played this map, Thieves got 96 points. The confidence that is now exuding from these players is giving them life into this one. Drazah popping off towards the end of that game. He was the one that broke it open towards P1, that put Thieves within 4 before we headed over towards P2. What's the rest of Thieves? The majority of them fall here. Kenny was the one, though, that found 2, that immediately puts OpTic under the cosh, and all of a sudden it's only iLLeY left. Nobody from OpTic Texas are close enough. And again, Thieves barely won a rotation. They start winning them towards the end of the game. They lock in the points. They lock in map number 1, which many people in this venue would have thought would have been Texas.
Yeah, an awful lot of people would have picked that first map towards them as well. And we got to break down some of that hard point as well, Tom, because we spoke about the slaying. We were hype about Shotzzy. We were like, everything Texas is doing is removing LA Thieves off the map. But the problem was that even with that much slaying power, they were not that far ahead at any point. And as soon as Thieves turned the afterburners on and started slaying back, well, the tides changed, and well, you just saw what happened.
Yeah, what a game that has been. But let's have a look at the keys to victory for both of these two teams as we do delve into it. OpTic, for them, I mean, Tuscan would have been one of them, if I'm honest, looking at this side of things for this series, but continue to find success on P1 Berlin. They are one of the worst teams statistically on that map, but they've been outscoring teams by 19 points. If we head over towards a map number 4, which I likely think we will, I can't see them not taking a map here, then that's going to be a priority for them, and take the Barrage, search and destroy. Not very well storied on that map in general when it does come down to competitive play, and they are yet to play it since the bomb has changed sides. And fight for the ticks on Tuscan control. LA Thieves are last in average when we do get there, but OpTic are so good at control. Many would give them that map anyway, but we'll see when we get there. But nonetheless, a lot of those keys to victory for me, Brycey, are nullifying what Thieves do well. That's what they have to do. And right now, this Thieves team, though, I said that confidence is very clearly there. It's not going to be in their keys to victory, but the confidence is a big one.
Well, talking about Tuscan S&D and preventing that B plant. I'll tell you something here. The biggest problem I have with keys to victory about Thieves at the moment is they're basically breaking all of our statistics. The smart money was not on them doing everything they've done so far in this tournament. None of the statistics really match up for it as well, but at the moment, these are their keys to victory. But I'll be honest, the biggest key to victory for them has got to be keep on doing what you're doing.
I mean, nobody's ever doubted how talented this team are and how strong they could possibly be. We know very much that their ceiling is high, and proving it there in map number 1. And that is a stark contrast to what happened to the teams that when they played against each other last on Tuscan Hardpoint. It was such a dominant win. OpTic outslayed them by 45 the last time that they played and beat them 250 to 96. That is then going to be turned around with Thieves winning the game like that. Who knows, man? Who knows?
This is what I was saying. Like I said, the slaying was so far in OpTic's favor, and then they just weren't really able to get the time off the back of it. But enough of the hardpoint. Let's talk about the S&D between these two teams, because that's what's coming up next. And for Texas, if they can find this, they can get themselves right back into this game. For LA Thieves, I'm sure they would love to go up 2-0 on the S&D.
Yeah, it'd be feeling good because, again, when we talk about control, we will get there. We'll talk about it maybe a little bit more at that point. But OpTic Texas are very much the raid bosses when it comes to that game mode. But search and destroy. We talk about Bakaj, and you would think about these two players. From a hardpoint perspective, these guys will be getting mixy, but it's about the routes that will be found, and it is no surprise to see that these guys are the leaders in KD for both of these two teams so far this year. Shotzzy with a 1.21. One of the players, as far as movement goes, as far as the gun skill goes, that was shown in abundance at the beginning of that map number 1, but they could not convert it into much. So can they turn it around here in the search and destroy, and can Shotzzy be the catalyst to do so?
Well, we're going to find out. And everybody at home, this game has taken on a very different flavor. Everybody was picking Texas. Everybody was doubting Thieves. Now the shoe's on the other foot, and as we go into this S&D here, you can see the statistics for it. Offense, it's LA Thieves. Defense, it's OpTic Texas.
But that's based on just a 1-1 record. For the side of OpTic Texas, they have not played this game or this game mode map specifically very much in competitive play at all. That's only over 2 games. They have not played it since that bomb site moved over towards A. So statistics throw them out the window at this point and see how this one goes. LA Thieves will be feeling exuberant and confident, and it feels that way with their engagement here into the start of it. It's an A hit going to come in for the LA Thieves. OpTic Texas going to be ready for it.
You can see they're waiting for this one as well. Scump just hiding by the water wheel. And they are looking to take this side here. There's an awful lot of OpTic players, and Dashy has to try and get away. And they are doing everything they can to stack up around this. Texas are ready.
Look at this from Kenny. Look at this from Kenny. Is he going to read it better than the rest of the OpTic side? Drazah, Envoy opening things up, but Dashy can find one. Kenny, and it just explodes. And now Dashy left it at 1 versus 3. Thieves start off where they left in map number 1. And things get very, very mixy around that point. And for OpTic, they didn't really have too much Grandma's control. And then all of a sudden, it's only Dashy left. And Thieves take round 1.
Yeah, can't say enough about Kenny's flank, actually, by the way. OpTic gave it up. They compressed, ready for a retake and a showdown with Thieves. The problem being the trades were not going to be efficient because Kenny took Scump out of the game, the player they were relying on to get that trade. And then he gets the final kill as well.
As we said, that's sloppy from OpTic. You would at least expect that to come on through. Nobody watching the B side, you all stack towards one moment. In one certain area, things can get a little bit mixy in that sense of things. But shots in towards Octane. Traded away. Shotzzy's not going to get away. Kenny will find him. But Scump will trade that out. It's a 3v3.
They're rotating here. The Thieves are trying to figure this one out. At the moment, OpTic playing a little bit coy, a little bit forward as well. Dashy's just in all the information and got away with his life.
Did he get all the information, though? Did he see all 3? Because there's not much movement from Texas.
But they haven't. The Scump have seen it now. Kenny's trying to stay alive. How on earth are these gunfights going down with nobody actually dropping as both teams are wolf packing? There's a lot of movement on the map. And this is where it gets a little bit interesting. The first fight going down again. And Kenny will call this out to his teammates. Are they all there? Where can we push? How do we break this one down?
It's something there for Thieves as well. The utility is gone. The grenades are gone. But is there enough control here for Texas to warrant this bomb going down? iLLeY comes in with engagement up against Envoy. He's stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Will find 1 2v2. Dashy's coming in to trade, though. And Drazah now needs the 1 versus 2, and it's Big Bruce that gets the job done towards the back. A strange round to search and destroy. OpTic kind of pushing and pulling with Thieves across the map, trying to fight for some control around a bomb site. all of a sudden they kind of know exactly where Thieves have to be because where they are, and all of a sudden the gunfights go their way.
Well, that's good regain there from OpTic Texas, and they held their nerve very, very well. Played as a unit and didn't let anything slip in any direction. Could have got a bit different actually if that player wasn't running with a pistol out and chose to switch, but at the moment it's good. OpTic Texas though will be on the defense this time around. LA Thieves are going to be looking for some sort of advantage. And Shotzzy goes for it, somehow just jumps past him. Says, all right, thank you very much. The 2-hit works.
Oh, Drazah. Drazah's got Mixy here, and he gets caught in between all of them. I like the play from him, it's aggressive, but this time around just chooses the wrong direction. And all of a sudden, Thieves have a mountain to climb.
And Texas are bedding in. They know they have the advantage. They don't need to play sloppy or fast. Thieves are going to try and find some sort of weakness. Some first kill to give them an advantage here as well. And he's found Dashy. He hasn't gone. Oh, no! Dashy has just destroyed him on this map. And Texas take that round.
Well, I mean, these are the things you can't account for in a game. I will say it was not the easiest of gunfights to have to try. It was one of those where it's over the top. You know what happens with auto aim in those situations? You all do it when you're playing at home. It's a tough one, but I don't know. Sometimes those kind of moments can swing a game. We'll have another look at it on the right-hand side. And this was the point as well where Drazah dropped in. He nearly gets to a point where you can maybe turn that round around for the side of Thieves. But yeah, that's a little bit of a tough one for the side of it. Oh my word! The centering from Shotzzy to kick off round number 4, though. Kenny will answer back. It's a 3v3.
Yeah, that all went down very, very quickly already, though. You can see OpTic Texas trying to get through as well. Drazah trying to hunt Scump, and he's not able to get him eventually, though. Kenny will get the trade for his teammate.
It's bombed down as well.
Texas looking to regain here as well, and it will be Dashy and iLLeY who try to find a kill and figure out how to regain in this scenario. And iLLeY finds Kenny. Back down to a 2 versus 2.
Is he ready for aBeZy coming around the time and not quite going his way that time?
And this is where it gets a bit tense. All these players trying to figure out where the others are. It's all about information.
They're all so spread out and they still haven't seen each other. They're covering a lot of the map in between all 4 of the players that remain alive. And yet 0 information has been found by anyone.
It's just tense. Although that hit marker coming in might do something.
It's the info for you. Oh, aBeZy will find iLLeY. As that goes on, though, as the bomb is then picked up, they know where Dashy is here as well, 1v2.
Dashy, though, doesn't have time. He does have bomb. He's going to be looking for it as well. But I think LA Thieves are playing this one a little bit cautious. They know he has to make a move as well. So Homeboy goes for the challenge as well, and Dashy does get him. A 1 versus 1, but the time is against Dashy. Can he find something with this one? Drazah is hunting, looking for this player desperately, and he's going to find him. Takes him down when he's planning. And LA Thieves going to round back on the board.
And as you said, time just not on Dashy's side there. Drazah knows exactly where he has to go to plant that bomb, and the only thing that Dashy can do is either plant and hope he's too far away, or bait it and hold the bomb site and try and guess, but it's such a risk to take in that scenario. You're always better off just trying for the bomb. Does not work out this time for Bruce, though. And what a tight search and destroy this has been so far. Back and forth, nobody gaining any sort of advantage. Kenny having a great game at 6-3. Octane yet to find a kill, but 2-2. Between these two teams, it's hard to judge which way it's going to go.
Well, you can see again, LA Thieves trying to find that information already. Getting a little bit mixy here at Grandma's house, and this might be a big hit coming in from them. They're looking for these players. OpTic have chosen to stack A. Drazah just waiting patiently. Homeboy opens up proceedings, though, managed to get that first blood. The trade has not come in from Texas. And now they're a little bit floundering, like how on earth do we deal with these players all around our battle line? And it might come down to Scump and Shotzzy. Shotzzy already gets one, though. He finds Kenny.
He's in such a good spot. He's in such a good spot as that bomb goes down. Keep an eye on Scump on the minimap. Shotzzy trying his best just to stay alive because they're working on Scump on the flank. There's Octane. It's now a 1 versus 2, and it's going to be aBeZy falling. The patience from OpTic. The gunfights from Shotzzy, they fall his way, but he plays his life superbly towards the back. They pinch, they kill, they win the round. 3-2 to OpTic.
Just making sure that there is a time to be aggressive and a time to be fast. And there's a time to do nothing. And Shotzzy did it great there as well. They were waiting for Scump, but it must have felt like an ice age for him. So much time just trying to sit in the corner knowing your teammate's already gone down the map, but Texas with the ice that round, and they will take the lead in this search and destroy.
It's been very hard to work out which way this one's going to go. Neither team is dominating in any specific areas. But in that scenario, I really thought that Thieves would take it away. They had plenty of Grandma's control, just didn't make it work. The big plays from Scump on the flank get the job done. Now for the Thieves, it's their turn to defend. Looking like an A-hit coming in here for the side of Texas. It's about finding that opening kill, and well, Shotzzy is going to be caught by Envoy. Pushes forward, that's bombed down, 4v3.
And OpTic didn't get that trade either, and they want it. Scump is hunting, looking for a player, desperate to bring this back to 3 versus 3, and Kenny, though, takes down iLLeY. And that's going to leave Scump high and dry. He's all alone. Can he make the hero play here at any point? He just managed to get away. There's a lot of gunfight going down around him. But OpTic is still outnumbered here.
Scumpy trying to just find a kill here, but it is going to be Dashy to open things up. Is he going to find Drazah? Has to be so careful of what's going on towards the back, but I think if you're OpTic, just a little bit of Grandma's control would help out a lot. There's the bomb. Envoy knows exactly where that was. He spins around. But are OpTic going to make the wrong move? Yes, they are. Right into the clutches of Envoy, and all of a sudden it's Scump in a 1v3.
Can he do it? The Phenom himself looking for it. He finds the first over time. There is so little time remaining for him as well as he flies round. But Drazah denies him a legendary moment. And we're back to tied up here on this search. There is nothing between these two teams.
Most of the defenses going the way of the defensive side, whoever is on it, of course. It's feeling like it's been all defense. Nobody able to break through. I barely see a bomb go down so far. Teams just pushing and pulling over control around Grandma's. And right now it's working out for both teams in that respect. Now the push comes on through here for the LA Thieves. Can they find an attack underneath their belt? It's shocking all through the middle. And Envoy's the first one in. Can Scump answer back? Yes, he can, but he falls. 3v2.
Well, it's gone chaotic in the first few moments. And you can see now they're going to try and regain Shotzzy. Looking for the player. He hasn't found anybody, though, but he is aware of where they might be. And if he can find something here, bring this back into a very, very close game. And he's seen the shoulder and coming in. Takes out Octane as well. Turns and burns! And it's Shotzzy again! Oh! Shotzzy with a three-piece! Just annihilate LA Thieves! Oh, my goodness.
It's absolutely ludicrous from Shotzzy. He sees the guy on the right, finds one, finds two, and it's Drazah from up top. And he picks him out the air before his feet touch the floor. Shotzzy, an enigmatic moment in their search and destroy. And that puts OpTic up again. Defense winning every single round so far as I can recall, at least anyway. Thieves need to bounce back with a defensive win of their own.
They're going to try and do exactly that. Can't have Shotzzy completely ruining your S&D here, but OpTic have changed tactics. It's no longer the mixer around A. They're going for B as well, but Envoy gets that first blood. Bomb down now for Texas. LA Thieves swinging to action. Drazah gets the second one as well. A 2 versus 4. Scump brings it back to a 2 versus 3. Can they clutch up again here, OpTic? They're looking for it as well, and he's going to find it. It's now a 1 versus 2, and he can't escape. LA Thieves bring it back to a 4-4 again. There is no getting ahead for either team here on the search and destroy.
It's just hit after hit after hit. I like that from OpTic. They kind of change it up a little bit over towards B. Scump kind of finds that first kill inside of tunnel though, and you can somewhat get stuck there. There's only a one way in and one way out. And at that moment in time, they know he's not going to go for the wrap. They will have to cover that. He retraces his steps, and I believe it's Envoy to win the gunfight there, which was important because that would have turned a 4v2 into a 2v2. So Thieves bring that round back after a very quick plan from the side of OpTic. Now, how do things change up here? Thieves, if you can win your attack, you head into a defense with the lead.
Already, Thieves looking for that first kind of ingress. They've not really found anything yet. OpTic just ready for it. And he's sent him to the wall! Drazah's taking down Shotzzy. That has not worked for him this time. Advantage LA Thieves.
It is wide open. It is wide open here.
However,
side of OpTic, though, the grenades go in, but don't find the target. Drazah, Envoy combine well, and Dashy's got 4 players running at him.
And they managed to find Shotzzy early on, and that just opened the door for Thieves. And they embraced that opportunity every single step of the way, and Dashy had a target-rich environment. Unfortunately, those targets were shooting back, and there was nothing he could do. LA Thieves, though, 1 round away from going 2-0 up in this series. What do OpTic have left in the tank?
Can find an attacking round of their own now. Thieves on the defensive side. Octane, this is a 3v4 game from the side of Thieves right now, and they're winning it. Octane maybe put under more pressure here at 0 and 7. They're hitting his side. Can he find the important kill here in the round to maybe win it for Thieves and put them 2-0 up? He cannot. iLLeY will find first blood. Drazah will be able to bounce back. It's a 3 versus 3.
Kenny might be running into a little bit of trouble here, and he does. Shotzzy's ready and waiting. There are fights going down. Envoy's trying to do something. It's now Envoy in a 1 versus 3. He's fine on the first. There are many players running out of it. We're going to a round 11.
Of course we are. Of course we are. Neither one of these teams have been able to be separated in 10 rounds of Search and Destroy. And now it's the time to bring the levels of composure that we've seen from both these teams in this final round, and who can do it better. Right now, Octane is having a horrible game. But it does not matter when you go into round number 11. If he can get the job done here, all will be forgiven. But the situational players from Thieves so far have been phenomenal. We know they have not been good throughout this stage. But it's OpTic on the attack. The round 11 record slightly over towards the Texas side. Who's going to be the first to fall?
This is very much staring into the abyss, and who blinks first? OpTic, very, very cautious on this one. They do not want to give away first blood. And Thieves trying to figure out where this hit is coming. I don't think Texas have given them an awful lot of information yet.
Information trying to be found by both two teams, but nobody giving an inch so far. Plenty of control in Grand Mars for the side of Thieves, and that's why Shotzzy's very, very weak. He's trying to get out and does so.
And they have got to be sick. They did not take down Shotzzy there. OpTic are rethinking this. They're trying to figure it out. It's going to be Octane this time around who's going to be the player that could be so influential. And they see when he gets out of it at the same time. OpTic taking more control over towards
That's a big
B.
nade. Bombs going down. 4v4 retake for the side of Thieves here. Dashy will open things up. Octane falls once more. And do you think about it? If you're the Thieves, is this the moment to try and do it? Is it Drazah? Is it the balls on the table again? Yes, it is! They're out!
LA Thieves just went full composure. They went for the ninja in a LAN environment. They didn't care. They held the ice. LA Thieves. There are rumors about blowing it up, but all they're blowing up today is our expectations.
Oh, if you're Octane, that's a nervous smile as he walks off the stage. But Drazah goes for it. How many times have we seen it on Bakash Search and Destroy over towards B? You got to watch the bomb. There's a lot of cover around it in the sense that it's so low down. You have to look over to get yourself in a position to stop that defuse coming through. And Texas give up complete control of the site. And Drazah says, yep, thank you very much, jumps onto it. The chaos erupts. And Drazah comes out with a smile on his face.
There is a part of me that wants to make fun of Octane right now, but I will give him this. A lot of information from his point. He had 6 assists. He had a decent amount of damage as well. And you can say he's a passenger, but I tell you something, winning is winning. And somehow LA Thieves are up 2-0 against OpTic Texas, against every odd, against everybody's opinion. And I don't know what, maybe it's us.
Don't
Oh, yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't tell them that.
Ignore everything I've just said. What we're going to do is we'll see you after the break. Don't go anywhere, because this one's been great so far, and it will continue to be so.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Zenny. Armor your eyes with Block's gaming glasses starting at $24 by visiting zenny.com/CDL. Upgrade your game with a Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Minnesota Major. The Call of Duty League is alive and well. The game on the main stage, OpTic Texas versus the Los Angeles Thieves. And we have had what only can be called a rip snorter, a barnstormer, a game for the ages. At the moment, LA Thieves coming into this one, they were 0-5 in the qualifiers. They were down and almost out yesterday against the Subliners, but now, against a team to beat the defending CDL champions, they have found their way to a 2-0 lead.
A 2-0 lead against a team like OpTic Texas is sometimes needed if you want to find a series of them, because they are so strong across the board, and no stronger game mode for them than Control, and no stronger map than Tuscan. The first time that they lost it since week number 1 was, of course, on Thursday up against Surge. Can they bounce back here, though, with the win as we head into map number 3? Look, ultimately, I think a lot of people would have been looking at this series, and I don't think it matters which way you go, where your biases lie. You would have said to yourself that Texas should take map number 3. They will be looking at this as not quite much as necessary as a banker, but it's one they would have looked at and know to yourself, we should absolutely win this map. I don't think they would have counted on losing the first 2, though.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think OpTic Texas counted on losing a lot of these maps here at this event, but you are right. The numbers for OpTic say that this should be them. Their control record is second to nobody in this league at all. They were on an incredible winning streak as well, and there you go, that kind of sums up what we're talking about. OpTic Texas are 10-2 on this, Thieves are 2-6. But Thieves come into this tournament ranked 12, and they're still here.
They're still here, and they're 2-0 up, Bryce. Yeah, it's very, very hard to put too many statistics on this one with a LA Thieves team that is just looking phenomenally better. And look at that confidence from Envoy, straight down the middle of the map with a pistol. It's not going to work out in his favor as Thieves control mid-map as best as they possibly can. Dashy kicking things off nicely for them. It's transition over towards B that Thieves will have to answer.
Already they're being very, very aggressive. OpTic are taking no prisoners. They decided that nothing should happen here. We're playing TDM.
Has anybody on Thieves found a kill yet? This has been all OpTic. They can now stack it because of the respawn. Shotzzy is up in your face. That may well be B gone. We've seen Thieves do this so well yesterday, but they will find the retake. But a lot of damage done already. If you're OpTic, you may not find B, but you take that all day long.
2 ticks to the girder. Now Drazah's going to try and get something going. And Thieves were definitely shook at the beginning of this one. OpTic trying to capitalize on it now. If they can get A, if they can get anything, they're in a very, very good position. Now it's a little bit of back and forth towards the middle of the map. Both teams going for it as well. Keep an eye though, Shotzzy might be trying to cause some problems towards B, and LA Thieves now cannot afford to not go over to that site.
They're down 5 lives as well, so bear that in mind. And the church control is what they're looking for, and Shotzzy is just constantly in there, finding routes around. He's now found himself over towards B, and the problem is exactly what you said. Thieves have to answer that call immediately, and Shotzzy is the only one here, and it might only be need to be the only one there for the side of Texas, but that now gives the pressure away from A. Texas will take this pretty freely and have a full minute and 43 seconds and a 6 life advantage to try and take B.
This, if you've watched this game before, this seems like it should just be OpTic. It should just be locked in. They've done so well already. Now they're stacking, they're ready, they want this first wave of kills. Okay, though, just denying the one, denying another one. Nearly's the only one trying to hold the door open, and LA Thieves have thrown up the curtain. They said no more. Now they're going to try and push out, put OpTic on the back foot as much as they can. Envoy and Octane. Octane apparently has found a tactic he works with S&D and is trying it on this map as well.
Oh, the crowd like that one. It's not often like you're funny. Here we go with Drazah trying to lock this one in. Scumpy will find the kill on through, as will Shotzzy. These expansive kills coming in here for Thieves as Octane finds his first kill within 2 maps. And a second one to say that as well. Much better from Octane, and Drazah is there to follow. And all of a sudden, that life advantage that Texas had has disappeared.
So here's the silver lining for Texas. They've already got 2 ticks on the B. That could prove crucial when we go through this one as well. The other benefit for it at the same time is going to be if they make one good break, one opportunity, they may take this round. And they're probably relying on their main man, Shotzzy. But they need to give him some help first.
aBeZy has been an absolute nuisance over here. It's a 5 spree. OpTic haven't even got close to the point. They've been trying to go through tiles, but LA Thieves have just been dealing with them. There's 25 seconds for them to find this break now, and could it be through radio? The grenade is there, the info is there for Shotzzy, as well as it is for aBeZy, who backs on down on the 5 spree. He's going to be found by Shotzzy, though, which is a big, big kill. Can they find a route in? Shotzzy stops the clock.
Well, this is it. This is all OpTic need. One big push they're going to go for as well. Shotzzy stays alive. Octane's gone down. Drazah's gone down as well. And he's looking for it. Kenny's going to get it. No! Kenny gets 2, but I don't think it's going to be enough. OpTic Texas are on the point, and they are going to get that first round. That's all they needed. One opportunity.
And the damage was done off the rip. That's the problem there for Thieves. You can play the rest of the round as perfectly as you want, but it takes one, even semi-decent break from OpTic to win the round. Herzen thinks the reverse sweep's incoming. I'm not going to lie, I had a conversation with you during the break that kind of felt along the same line, that it is very, very possible for this OpTic team to do that. They need to start doing it with a control window, and there's no better way to start it than with an attacking round. Going your way, can they hold their defense with Dashy finding 2 to kick things off, and the crowd may well just be waking up for this OpTic side.
Alright, Scump's getting ready for this one. It's going to try and cut through. It doesn't manage to get anything going here. OpTic still being aggressive. They do not want to let anything go. And it's Shotzzy again looking for Drazah, and Drazah's like, why is he all the way back here? Somebody please help me.
Shots in from Kenny. Good work by Thieves over towards A. Plenty of pressure here, not much going on across the map, but it looks like OpTic are happy to give this one up. iLLeY going to try and protect the back here as Kenny should fall. And the kills start to come on through for Texas. They sat very, very deep there, but that's going to give them a bit of a room to now push up halfway up the map.
And this is the issue. It's not about A. It is about B. LA Thieves are going to have to break open the green wall. A few kills going down as will give the map control.
And immediately you see the kills come in and Scump moves forward if you can find that kill towards the back. Now, obviously, Thieves will know about that. They then need to think about that with their push. They need to clear their flank out. That is what you have to do to find an attack around over towards B. There's one of them gone, but then Shotzzy's there as well, who will find 2. And it's always about the flank when it comes to both sides of things. On this map, you have to cover it as best as you possibly can. Thieves couldn't do it that time.
Well, it's still Shotzzy, though. He's still going to be an issue. Looking for more kills. He's found Drazah and just chooses to let him go. He's called that out to his teammates. That information is vital. And at the moment, LA Thieves are trying to figure out how on earth do we get through these players? Where are they? And how on earth do we get to B?
And OpTic's tactic on this map is just to let Shotzzy run free. It's a tactic that's worked time and time again. Scump will answer back with a kill onto Octane. Now gets himself inside the point, just trying to back it up with the rest of his team. For OpTic here, this is very, very sat back in defensively. It's working out for them. Shotzzy pushing forward will be dealt with, as will Scump then come on through and trade that out. So Texas, it's working out for them. Thieves really pushed back, and they haven't really had even an inch to play with. It's been very, very difficult to even get a touch on the B, because OpTic are defending it so well.
And this is the issue. Every time they think they've got an advantage, there's a little mini-map player. You can see him doing it again.
Every time.
To be Shotzzy one more time. However, the push comes through here. LA Thieves going to try and do it, and guess who's here? It's Shotzzy one more time. Shuts down the push from LA Thieves. They do have players towards this one as well, but Scump is here with a 2-piece and says, thank you very much. That's the easiest one of my career.
Fantastically done by Scumpy, finding these kills. But as he said, Shotzzy is just he's honestly a pain in the arse on this map. You'll find the kill on the front flank and then just push into mid and just find a different route to play with you as best as he possibly can. He's in a position that you would never expect. But for the side of Thieves, can this big break towards the back be the catalyst for them? Scump can't find a kill, but he will back up, he will survive. Dashy will open up with a kill onto Kenny as Drazah then trades it out. Drazah will find a second, Octane a third, and Drazah gets a little bit of purchase. His problem here, he doesn't have a lot of teammates and they don't have a lot of lives.
Well, they've got 2 stacks on it. That first tick is coming in very, very rapidly as well. They're already seeing the flank come through at the same time. OpTic are going to hit this from the front. They're looking to try and take down the Thieves here right now. And Kenny gets one. Shotzzy's got another though. And there are still players on it as well. Shotzzy goes up top, of course. He's on the flank. And OpTic reject LA Thieves. Glimmer of hope. They do not have the time. All the players. And OpTic will go 2-0 up in this control.
As expected, very well played from OpTic on Tuscan. And again, it's just so difficult. How can you keep track of Shotzzy? It's impossible. You cannot do it. And time again, the Thieves are struggling to do so, and he is ramped behind in every single moment of asking. if you say to yourself, right, okay, where's Shotzzy? Could he be here? Just think the opposite, and that's where he is.
And to give context to this, by the way, it's not just the fact he's hitting them on the flank every time. It's the fact they have to divert resources to watch their own flank. There is one player who cannot always be involved in the gunfights, but I say that OpTic Texas are looking to go for this one aggressively again, straight on to B. They're already here.
Scump inside the point. Shotzzy just running forward as he so often does. Now he has control of back tank, and this breakoff from OpTic worked the last time. It's working again. It's only Octane who can really do too much about this, and he's going to fall also. Dashy inside the church is lighting it up. OpTic just continuing to put this pressure on, but here comes the utility. We speak about it so often, but also here comes Shotzzy. Not quite there for OpTic yet. The second tick about to come on through, but the rest of 100 Thieves trying to find this break as best as they can. There's one guy left from the side of OpTic, and that's Dashy. The pressure is still there.
OpTic haven't managed to get that second tick locked in, but they do have the opportunity to do so. Drazah's going to be cleaning this one as well. He knows Dashy's still here, and Dashy wins that gunfight. LA Thieves are reeling. They cannot get a handle on Texas at all on Tuscan.
And their struggles are coming to the forefront here for the side of LA Thieves before their game yesterday, where they won it in emphatic fashion, 3-2. They hadn't won a round in the last 2 games that they'd played on this map. And that is showing right now. Shotzzy at 23-12, and he just continues to streak. How on earth is he surviving so many of these gunfights? Now OpTic have to concentrate themselves over towards A. They need to lock that in to extend the time to have another hit at B. A 3-0 win will be a good way to kick off the reverse sweep.
Well, this is the issue now for LA Thieves. Obviously, those ticks have gone away from them, and you can see OpTic are determined to put this one completely down. They have the life advantage. They can continue to throw bodies at this as much as they want to. The expense does not matter. They just need to get it through as well as Shotzzy gets another kill. And OpTic swarm onto the B side again. And Thieves just cannot get anything going for them here. This may end right here.
The thing is here for OpTic, they're not even concentrating on it. You can already see that iLLeY is making his way through church. B now ticking in very, very quickly. The push in from Thieves has to come in, and has to come in quick. It's going to be 3 kills that come their way. It's Scump to find 2. Can he break it open on his own? The key lives on! And it's all 4 for Scumpy! Can he find a 5th to maybe lock it in? Not quite. Stop the music, we're not done yet!
It's close, but it's not. It is very, very close. And well, a 2 versus 14. I don't think we've ever seen this done. OpTic Gaming are just going to start strolling, start strutting towards B, because they have had a phenomenal game. LA Thieves would have to pull off one of the greatest holds in the history of Call of Duty. A 1 versus 12 now for Drazah.
Play the music.
Down he goes. That music rocking as OpTic Texas have just bodied Thieves out of the control. And yes, Tan, I know, that smirk. We could be looking at another reverse sweep on main stage, but this time the other way around. Who knows?
Big map, big map for Texas, and what a way to do it. If you want to come back in a game that is the best possible way to start it, LA Thieves did not have a sniff of winning that game. A ridiculous performance from Shotzzy again, but it was Scump who will find the headlines with that moment towards the end. A 3-0 win shows the strength of Texas's control. But maps 4 and 5 are coming up. Well, maybe map 5 if we do to get there, of course. But if it goes like that again for the side of Thieves, you'd imagine we'll be back on Tuscan again for Search and Destroy. But to me here for OpTic, their defense is just, it's so sublime. And that B hit, they did it twice. It worked twice. And they do the damage initially. And because of that damage for Thieves, you've got to kind of think, right, okay, well, we need to defend B. Let's just give A up. But then Texas hit B time and time and time again. The damage was done there. So many different moments. I think for Thieves that they never really found that flank play. You know what Shotzzy's doing. He's the best in the game at it, don't get me wrong. But you never really had that guy on radio causing those issues for Thieves to try and find those defensive rounds, to try and find those routes. And Texas have got somebody there all the time on the defense. They've got somebody there all the time on the attack. And it's just gunfight after gunfight. And this is the one that does it. 1, 2, 3, and 4 for Scumpy.
An outrageous performance. It's the only way to really sum it up, Ton. That was so heavily control-based, and we spoke about the statistics coming into this game. OpTic are the best in the game at control, and they have been for quite a while. They have lost one this event, but apparently that doesn't matter.
No, apparently it doesn't. But map number 4 is a very, very, very different story. It is really arguably the worst map for OpTic in their pool, you would say, when it does come down to Berlin. Yesterday, they did go and play it, of course, against the Røkkr here, and I feel like it was a test to try and get this one under their belt. A 1-4 record for them. Their first win came on it yesterday. Can they get something done here to force a map number 5? It's still a very difficult one to call because the way that OpTic are playing right now in that control, if they can bring that sort of fire into map number 4, I don't think it matters about the rack records. But it isn't a good map for them, Brycey. You've got to bear that in mind.
I feel like we're telling the same story over and over again, statistic-wise. Kind of doesn't really mean an awful lot here at the major. Here are the statistics, but ignore them if you're watching at home. Well, there is an awful lot now on the cards. LA Thieves, they win this map, they do the impossible, the biggest upset we will see at this tournament maybe. Taking down OpTic Texas. However, if OpTic can find this next map, the reverse sweep is on the cards.
Bear in mind, this is 12th versus first seed. 12th versus first. And I think that is just such a testament to how good this Thieves team can be. And it's how good the Thieves team haven't been that has caused their issues, of course, but the confidence is now flowing. And I think they would have known themselves that Tuscan was always going to be difficult, that control was always going to be tough. But with that 2-map lead, you're heading into a Berlin. This is not the ground where OpTic Texas have naturally reigned supreme. It's Thieves' playground to a certain degree, and can they get the job done here? Can they close it out in 4 against the favorites? Or can OpTic turn that voodoo curse around that they've had so much on Berlin and eventually force that map number 5? The reverse sweep would then be on the cards. I think we're in for a good one.
There's only one way to find out. And only time will tell us the answer as we head into Berlin Hardpoint. The fate of these two teams is not yet written. And only they get to figure out how it all ends. Oh, I can feel the tingles. Let's find out though. We're kicking this one off straight on board with OpTic. They have the better side. They will get to P1 first. And already they're in. Here comes the hit though. And it's nothing. LA Thieves have found nothing off the rip.
And when it comes down to teams who are good on Berlin, well, I mean, OpTic are not one of those teams. Shotzzy will find 3, but their break percentage and their hold, the amount of points they pick up on P1, for all their 1-4 record, they are the best team in the game at holding this hill, and that is the way to start things off. If you are OpTic Texas, as Scump continues things off, but it maybe would have been expected for Thieves, who are going to start rotating for P2.
You already see though, OpTic are here and ready and waiting, and Shotzzy on another streak to kick things off in another hardpoint. At the moment, while they will get this scrap time, the LA Thieves, it is not looking pretty for them. And Shotzzy is still on a tear, by the way. He's still alive. Eventually goes down. Huge kill from Octane to stop that streak.
Dashy towards the back will help OpTic out with the spawns. There's a moment of pause, a moment of respite in what has been a crazy, crazy series so far and will only continue to get a little bit wacky. Dashy towards the back. Maybe the entries are here for him and Scump as iLLeY will find another Drazah. Last one alive momentarily.
And this is where it gets tricky. LA Thieves want to get somebody's with it as well. Drazah goes in by himself, gets out at the same time, finds the second kill! Drazah still alive, causing problems for OpTic as he's firing left, right, and center, and down he goes. But Thieves have found their way into this one, and then the door has been shut as Scump says, no thank you, we would rather like this time. Get on the rotation.
They're on the rotation. Octane's the only one who could maybe do something about this final 25 seconds that are being played for here. He will get himself in, he will not find a kill, and neither will anybody else on the side of Thieves. They will spawn over towards P3, but you've got to shut the doors, you've got to lock them very, very quickly as OpTic are on their way. It's a 3-pronged attack. You've got somebody outside towards the dock, you've got somebody in fire, and that somebody over towards the dock is Scumpy on a 5 spree. He's found one. Can he find a second onto Octane? And the spawns have been broken, the hill has been broken, and OpTic Texas may well have broken the will of the Thieves so far.
It's still Scump looking for this glide bomb. Going to be sitting straight as well. Kenny comes in from long range. A denial coming in from the Thieves, and they really need it. However, they still have to get past Dashy. If they try and challenge him, eventually will get that trade coming through. And that is something that Thieves desperately needed in this game. They have not been firing on the same intensity as OpTic.
They've come in very, very cold into map number 4, and OpTic have found themselves with a 50-point lead thanks to that. Fire control is crucial here. This gunfight could be big, but Kenny will find it, and a ridiculous amount of kills go on inside the point. It's only Envoy momentarily left as the rest of his team now start to spawn up. Dashy is there, should be traded, is traded. Kenny will find that kill. 17 seconds remaining here for the Thieves. Scump's going to be the only one to maybe fight back against it. Drazah will find the kill, but Octane in the spawn here may well help his team out over towards P4.
Oh, I think it's been found as well, and they have managed to catch him before he can do any damage. OpTic are here first now, and Thieves will try and figure out how to break this, but Shotzzy will be the gatekeeper, and down he goes to Kenny. Drazah also getting one at the same time, but that time slowly ticking up for OpTic. And Scump is still holding this fort down. 10 and 5 eventually gets dropped. And this is where Train gets a little bit mixy. It's not easy to hold for either team.
Where the spawn's going to come in, they're still not there. To the side of their lane, Thieves towards the back. The gunfight from Dashy is solid. Shotzzy still locking this in, and as you can see, just peeks the spawn to stop it even possibly coming in for the side of Thieves. They're all spawning over towards the side of the trains. Can they continue to find this push? Shotzzy up top. He's going to try and deter that as best as he can, but it's been a really, really good haul for Texas so far.
They are pulling ahead again onto this one. Like I said, not an awful lot of time gained here usually, and this is the reason it's difficult to get a player on there and staying alive. But Shotzzy doesn't care. And as we head over to P5 here, you can already see the push coming in from Texas. They'll be looking to try to get around fire and flip this spawn back.
Shotzzy with the fight here. Trying to find Drazah, and for the side of OpTic, they're kind of in the prime position to maybe lock some of this in. But Thieves thankfully on the other spawn, which is what Shotzzy is going to try and flip. There's one onto Envoy. Kenny is ready and waiting, but it's the goal! What? What was that? Tell me he was weak.
Please. Oh my goodness, at the moment, it's just not LA Thieves' day. They are failing in the front of Texas.
They're not in a bad spot spawn-wise, though, but look at that spawn that comes in from Texas. Now they have fire control. If the Thieves, you cannot get white tier as Dashy will find another. Drazah crucially answers back. Thieves are finding and chipping away at the time here, though. They're finding a couple of seconds here and there. OpTic now have them in a spot where they can potentially pick up this final 20, but it's about the rotation over towards P1. How good were OpTic last time around? They're going to try and do that again in about 14 seconds time.
Well, the pressure is going to be on LA Thieves to break this one. Let's find out how they are feeling with a listen in.
Like can't get him. Okay, get down. Yeah, I got it, you're good. I'm playing through fire with that card. Yeah, a little bit. Hey, one behind me, hit ult. Shotzzy's ult. Secret.
Absolute old shots.
Shots, secret.
Okay, they might get our before best.
Secret.
Outer late. He's outer late.
Left side hill.
Left side outer late. They're back windows. Oh, outer. Still outer. One got time, bro.
I see him.
Outer, then. Nice. Back left. Close left. One got a deep bus. One still on pins, bro. One still on pins.
Close up.
He's close right. I can't get time. Get nades out. Jump quick. I can't down. He's outer door. I got a nade on him. Outer door.
We played down.
Back left.
Stone heady.
I'm gonna walk back.
Back
five. Just you there.
I'm secret with you. Simp.
Stone secret.
I'm playing this all time.
You're back left. There's two at all. Okay, so.
I can help you on this. Let's play this.
I don't see any mid.
Go outer time. He wins. Watch out at Bruce.
Yeah.
He's in office. At all.
Listen, Seth is going our glass stairs, bro. I'm already outer box.
Wow, a lot of calls there coming in from Thieves, but not a lot of kills. They really haven't managed to get any of this lead nailed down. You can see OpTic Texas are just going further and further forward in this hard point. Do Thieves have anything ready for Berlin? Because at the moment, they are not able to try and match Texas on this map.
They haven't been able to stay with them at all, have they? That P1 hill once again. Frugal for the side of Thieves. He really couldn't get much, but OpTic Texas are very much locking it in. Scumpy on a 5 spree down as well. Streaks will be something else to try and contend with if you are the Thieves, and they may well be coming, but Kenny finds the kill. This is a break for Thieves, and we need to see some good points. We need to see then a good rotation over towards P3, and then maybe we've got a game. Dashy trying his best towards the back as the rest of OpTic Texas now finding this push on through. That's disgusting from Bruce as they lock it in again. That lead is growing.
He's currently 25 and 10, and this is what we talked about with slaying, but Thieves get themselves a nice 12 seconds of scrap time, but they don't need 12, they need a big rotation. Shotzzy, though, continuing to just be a problem for them. Can Thieves make magic happen while they're 70 points behind? It wouldn't be the first time, but at the moment, OpTic Texas look untouchable.
For all that, Thieves have really not been in the races so far. 80 points is a lot. It is a lot. But it's a decent hold away from being in touch. It's one decent hold away from maybe making OpTic a little bit nervous, but they're currently locking down P3 very, very well. Octane is the only one who can answer back. He will push towards the back. Where the spawn going to come in here for OpTic, it is out. But that kill from Dashy will negate the pressure. And if anything, it creates a problem now for Thieves because they have to concentrate on trying to break the hill. And everybody else who is in mid-map, the only one who can get near is Kenny, and he falls. OpTic break 200 points. They're not far away from forcing the map 5.
They're not Octane going to try and play for this one because they have to, but Dashy says no. Doesn't matter, scrap time's all ours, rotation's going to be ours too. And as they go onto the other side of the map, it's still going to be OpTic. They've still got the rotation. They are so far in the lead now. LA Thieves need a miracle.
LA Thieves absolutely nowhere to be seen on this map. It's Scumpy towards the back. He's got iLLeY for help. Envoy, is he the next one to fall? Shotzzy is also there as well. As OpTic Thieves continue to lock it down, they continue to find points. They continue to dominate the kill feed.
And this is it. Thieves have to go, they have to break this one now as well. But oh my goodness, there's fire going down from Zed. And oh, the pistol doesn't play at the end, but Dashy's here. Dashy versus Drazah. He's trying to get him underneath it, and he does. Dashy on a 5 streak. You can see LA Thieves are trying to get towards this hill. They are trying to deny OpTic, but OpTic are just refusing to lay down anything at this point.
And the problem is here for Thieves, you may well get inside the point, but you need to find the kills in mid-map. They haven't done so. It will be Octane and Envoy, the ones who find the break. But now for OpTic, could they maybe just in the game here over towards P5? This rotation for Thieves is so important. It's a hill that has become maybe a little bit more attainable to try and find some points. But the problem is you are 130 behind. It needs to be monumental. It needs to be perfect.
Here they go, the first gunfight's going down around P5. Scump jumps on board with it, and they can't afford to let him stay there. They cannot afford to let him stay there. At the moment, they have managed to get him off, but Thieves are behind in every sense of the world, and Shotzzy just opens up as well. He'll dive on for a few points, and Thieves now have to find him. Thieves have to move. Stop fighting him, Ticket. You have to go. It's only a few more seconds, and it will be Texas to take us to a map number 5. The reverse sweep is on the cards, but it's LA Thieves who are about to be done in 2. We're going to S&D.
It's a dangerous time to be an OpTic member. It is an OpTic Thieves owner at this point. This game has been so back and forth, but it's a dangerous time to be a LA Thieves player. Because ever since that map number 2 ended, this has been lights out from Texas. It was just a flawless game. And when we talk about this map, we talk about the rotations and how important they are. And you talk about your ARs and how solid they have to be. And no more solid than a 36-12 game. Out of Dashy, nearly putting up the 4K damage. On the other side of things, Octane just could not match it whatsoever. And OpTic, they forced that map number 5 on what was arguably their worst hardpoint game for so long. They've very much turned it around. They've turned this series round, and we will see a Tuscan Search and Destroy to close out the series. I said it after map number 2. I'm feeling it here for OpTic still, because the control is just so one-sided for them. It brings them that momentum that they possibly need to get back into this game. And here we are at map number 5.
We certainly are. Well, if you're waiting for the conclusion of this one, so are we. We're going to take a very quick break here at the Major. Don't go anywhere. We've got to find out how this ends right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and live here at the Minnesota Major. And it has been a game so far. OpTic Texas and LA Thieves have been going at it back and forth. LA Thieves took the early lead. 2 close games, the Hardpoint and the S&D. And then somebody lit a fire under OpTic Texas, as they have bodied them on the control and destroyed them on the next Hardpoint. And this is one of the reasons Dashy has arrived.
He finally has arrived after a relatively quiet maps 1 and 2. And my goodness, that was ridiculous on Berlin. But if you're 100 Thieves now, you need to regain that composure that we've seen in maps 1 and 2. They got it done in round 11 with a reverse sweep, with a reverse sweep, with a ninja. Honestly, there's so many terms that I'm having to come to just get into my vocabulary right now because of how crazy this game has been. We head into a map number 5. The reverse sweep is on for OpTic Texas. Can they do it here on Tuscan? When it comes down to search and destroy on this map, both teams are relatively decent records. But honestly, when a map 5 reverse sweep is on the cards, do you count on them? Do you think about them too much? I would say probably not. 5 and 3 for Texas, LA Thieves, 4 and 4. And keep an eye on the B-bomb site when it does come down to this map. Both teams like to play with it, but OpTic the more successful in general. And when you lock that site down, it is the hardest site on the game to retake. But what about that? 100 kills over 4 maps for Dashy. Can OpTic Texas, though, can they complete the reverse sweep here and search and destroy? As we head into map number 5, we're back on the Tuscan, or can Thieves cause the upset?
And it's the elimination game. 1 round of S&D to essentially find it out. And right now, OpTic Texas have gone bold with their play here. It's going to be LA Thieves who have to react to it. And almost, Kenny's not going to get anything. Shotzzy opens with the first blood.
And as I said, the retake of this B site is very, very difficult to do. That bomb has not quite gone down yet.
And Thieves, they've used their tacticals. They've tried to get the nades coming through it as well. OpTic are holding fast, they're playing this for kills, but Thieves are not baiting the bait right now. They're going to go for it as well. He's found one, and he's found the second! Not the third, though. Octane's still alive. It's a 1 versus 3. He finds the second as well. Hope still alive for the Thieves, but Texas are trying to find him. And Octane did not have a lot of kills in the last S&D, but if he pulls off a 1v4 here, all will be forgiven.
He's read it. He's read it correctly, but is he going to get the timing? Is he going to get the lucky back? Sundown believes he was seen. Look at OpTic Texas hunting. 15 seconds to go as time dwindles. That now is on Octane's side. Is he going to check this left corner, though? No, he is not. And OpTic Texas will open it up with a round.
It's close, but not close enough. Texas do eventually convert. And this is the big 2-piece from iLLeY. Finds him as well. Look at this. Even the second player who came out, it was going to be Drazah. Fortunately, Octane managed to take him down before he could do anything. And Octane with his second kill, he put the 1v4 on the cards. But it is going to be OpTic Texas. 1-0 up now on the S&D. The reverse sweep is now only 5 rounds away.
Hit coming in here for the side of Thieves, but you've got to be careful for iLLeY. He's going to find the information and back on down, but bear that in mind as Scumpy. On a little bit of a route here. Thieves, though, a lot of presence over towards that A side. Octane is ready and waiting, but nobody really with a lot of control of anything. But Drazah pushes out. You'll find Dashy, and maybe that opens the floodgates now for Thieves. Bomb going down. iLLeY will back up. It's a 4v3 retake in the advantage of Thieves.
iLLeY trying something. Hasn't found it, though. At the moment, advantage to Thieves. Kenny and Scump.
Staying alive, that's huge. Because OpTic now have to hunt for him. They know he's on the flank. It's either that or you push through the front door. Kenny towards the back is going to fall. iLLeY will find a kill over onto Envoy. It's all of a sudden a 1 versus 2 for Scump, then a 1 versus 1 for Scump. As Drazah answers back. That got very, very mixy, but it was always Thieves in control. They always have that extra man because of that first blood pick. And the trades fall their way, and they tie up this game.
Again, we are in for another incredible S&D. I can already feel it. It's going to be a lot about first bloods on this one, though. And while it's 1-1, is the dream too sweet already to hope for a round 11?
And we had one in the second map, of course. over in precaution. It was Thieves who walked away with it. But both teams very much easing themselves into this one. But Scump coming under a lot of pressure, and Drazah will find that kill over towards B. Had absolutely no support from the rest of his team. Thieves get aggressive over towards that side, and all of a sudden, it becomes very, very difficult now for Texas to try and do anything here. But iLLeY from behind will find Envoy, and that bomb is now being retrieved.
That's so important. It gives OpTic so much more to play for. Shotzzy's also going to be looking out Church for them at the same time. Many things will have to react to this. They don't really know what's happened with the rest of OpTic yet. They haven't seen them in a while. Kenny, the only player who can really play this off against him, but both teams desperate for information, desperate to make a play. Obviously, OpTic will have to go first, and iLLeY, with the sniper, looks for something. And both teams are probably a little bit confused right now. They have a rough idea where the other team is.
30 seconds remaining here for Texas to get this bomb down. Very much taking their time. It was a bit of a hallmark of their play. They just are not sure where Thieves are, but are they trying to bait them into something? Are they trying something maybe a little bit different as they look to try and now clear out mid-map? Kenny is a sitting duck, and surely he will be taken down. He will be. That opens up the site, 10 seconds to play with. If you've got a grenade here from the Thieves, or somebody just overlooking the bomb, that could be huge. Octane trying to put the shots in. iLLeY's been taken off it. Was there time there for Shotzzy to plant? The bomb is going down. Is he going to get it down in time?
No! LA Thieves dragged that one out of them. The tiniest of margins, the smallest of gaps.
Oh, and that's huge from Drazah. That's so clutch.
They have pulled that win out of nowhere. And that is what happens when you burn time like OpTic do. Well, Thieves now in the lead.
And I'm very curious as to why that bomb wasn't going down sooner. I know for us, look, we have so much more information. But, I mean, Octane is going to remove Shotzzy from the round as well, but they had so much information over towards green side. They had control of the site, but chose not to go for the plant, and will they rue that mistake?
Oh, here comes a big push-up, by the way. Scump.
Got to go huge.
Deflated him. He's not going to get anything. Drazah takes him down before he can do anything. Dashy not able to get the trade. It's now a 2 versus 4. Thieves in control of this round as well. And Dashy's going to try and do something. Already. iLLeY and Dashy combining. They've got the first one down. This is a big retake time.
Grenades to play with here for iLLeY. If it can find somebody in one of these little corners, but it's such a hard retake, but that might just help things out. Kenny's gonna be the first to fall. iLLeY goes around the corner, and Dashy is not there for the trade. It's a 1v2 for Bruce.
He's looking for it. He needs to find this first one and stay alive. After the in time, he doesn't. Octane will take him down. LA Thieves, they play bold, and they get away with it. It's 3-1 now to them. And I've got to say, this one, Octane has turned it on for Mack number 5. Finds the first blood and finds the last kill on the round as well.
And they've really stunted the progress that OpTic had been making throughout this series. Obviously a 2-0 lead for Thieves. OpTic comes screaming back, but that is those kinds of rounds, that little lead that you have in that search and destroy, that might just put them back onto their heels. Texas now having to attack, and look at this from Thieves.
Aggressive, it's bold, it's already the first blood. They're going for a Dashy, trying to get Kenny down, he doesn't get it. And now they're worried. They know there's an aggressive push coming in for it at the same time. Drazah though, Dashy gets you! Shuts it down. Thieves went aggressive and Dashy says no. Advantage now to OpTic. It's now a 1 versus 3. And Octane's left alone in a sea of trouble. He's going to try and make this one though. You see Scump ducks down. He knows he's still planning. Doesn't get him as well! The turn and burn! And Texas ruin Thieves' day.
And that's all on Dashy. That is all on Dashy here. He's holding the angle. He knows they're coming. There's one Envoy not close enough. 20 HP in a dream. As Dashy gets away. And that's the player that wins the round for Texas overall. And it'll bring them back to only 1 round behind.
Well, LA Thieves went aggressive and it did play out with that first blood, but they then lost all numbers for him in that one. LA Thieves, though, now will be on the attack. It's Octane again going to be looking for that first blood. There's a bit of a fight going down in mid-map, but nothing really happening for them otherwise.
OpTic getting aggressive, and once again, look at Shotzzy. Look at Shotzzy making these movements towards Octane. He gets the better of him and opens things up. For all he's had a bad map number 2, his team still win it, but he has arrived finally here for Thieves at the right time in map number 5.
However, this has been read by OpTic. This has been Red. Scump's going to try and find him at the back here. He stays alive, but they have committed numbers to this one,
He's in
Texas.
trouble.
They brought it back down to a 2 versus 3. Octane has found one at the same time. Dashy looking for Octane. Envoy's got the second one as well as Octane shuts him down. LA Thieves now go up 4-2 in the search. And Octane's looking like he's trying to even out his KD between both S&Ds because he is on fire.
7-3 out of Octane is huge here for the side of Thieves. Finishes the round off with Dashy getting his head removed. And Thieves have looked so good in this map number 5. The composure, the mental strength from them on the main stage against OpTic. You're potentially about to get reverse swept. And you are now 2 rounds to the good. iLLeY has to back him down. You don't want that challenge, but Shotzzy, he wants them all. Envoy will be first to fall, and Shotzzy will get away.
Well, that's the movement Shotzzy is known for. Does stay alive. Advantage to OpTic Texas now. The map is their playground. Can I do anything for this one? And iLLeY runs out of ammo. And somehow still stays alive. However, Octane brings it back here. He has now taken down Octane down to a 3 versus 3.
Octane getting rid of Shotzzy as well. He has constantly been on his back. And Shotzzy hasn't even been able to get close to him. Octane on a 3 spree. We see OpTic setting up for something that they like to do over towards being one of the teams who do quite often try to get this bomb down, but they maybe just rethink this one now for a second. And bear in mind, this is losers bracket still, and well, Kenny falling off the map after being wiped down by iLLeY. Now a 3 versus 2 for OpTic.
Wait a minute,
Maybe
wait a
they
minute.
switch it up. Octane.
OpTic are playing this a little bit crazy. The double.
Did he see them? Did he see them?
I don't know. I don't think he did. OpTic can get through. They're going to see them now, though. Drazah's going to go down as well. It's now going to be on Octane for a 1 versus 3. There's no way, surely, he can get this one down. He finds it. No! And he shuts him down. OpTic Texas will not take that one laying down. They brought this back. This entire game is resting on a knife edge. This major's great.
You having fun?
I am.
Big round out of iLLeY there. Found that rotational kill onto Kenny. And then OpTic switch it up and bring it back over towards B. It's a big play call to come out with on their attacking rounds, where play calls have maybe been their issue, if anything, in this game so far. Remind myself of that decision not to plant that bomb over towards A, where Thieves clutched up. He's still in the lead here, though. The LA side looking to make a movement over towards A. OpTic not here to answer it. May well have to be a retick coming in here for the OpTic Texas side.
Oh, that nade going down, they're going to get a little bit of information for it as well. They're trying to back off before that second nade does come in.
Kenny needs to go huge over towards B side. He's going to have some problems coming in very, very shortly, but that bomb has not been planted yet.
Thieves cautious. They did not want to lose their bomb planted to a grenade here, but iLLeY is going to be in a great position for it as well, and he tries to get that first one. Envoy gets away, but the pressure's now going to be on LA Thieves because OpTic know what they're doing. They are trying to close this here.
I don't know how nobody's died up until that moment. Trades back and forth as far as bullets go, but no kills actually landed down. Dashy will eventually find Kenny and just makes the job a little bit more difficult for Thieves to try and get this bomb down.
This is it, they're waiting. They know they don't really have the map control.
Did
That's
he
what they
see
don't
him?
about him, and he has got it. Octane again! Opens it up, but unfortunately, Shotzzy gets Drazah.
Scump on the flank. Scump on the flank. There's Envoy. He falls. Octane now left in a 1 versus 3. Now a 1 versus 2. Now a 2 versus 0 as OpTic bring it back again. That's 2 rounds in a row.
Well, I'll tell you something at this point. Both of these two teams will be feeling the pressure here on the main stage. It could go either way. They are dialed in, laser focus. So much to play for both teams. The reverse sweep or dropping the favorite out of the tournament. And it's OpTic on the attack this time. iLLeY's on a 3 streak. He's 10 and 6, and he's going straight for the middle as well as Dashy gets Drazah. That's first blood for OpTic.
3 kills in a row for iLLeY. He's really started to heat up now for the team. OpTic Texas. It feels like they're in the driving seat now, although the game is only tied. But the attacking round coming in decision making is really what has this game as close as it is. As Thieves took advantage of that when OpTic did not plant the bomb in that previous round. Now they're taking it nice and slow and steady once more. Can Thieves find a pick to make this 3v3? You can look at the map control that Thieves have. It's pretty solid for the most part. They're getting a lot of information by where they are and the fact that they see nobody.
Yeah, OpTic are trying to bait them out here and trying to figure this one out. I think he's just sitting maybe. Dashy might have been seen by Envoy, but they're going to have to make a move here eventually, OpTic. They have to go for it, and this could be cut timing. Keep an eye out, there's only one player left. It's going to be Kenny, going to try and find one. He does, and he somehow gets alive. Stays away from it. Kenny doesn't get a second, though. And now it's Envoy in a 1 versus 3. And I don't think he can stop anything, really, surely. He's going to go straight for this one as well, looking for it. Is he going to get it before that bomb goes down? He's not. Wait a minute, he did. He did. That bomb is not down. He needs to stay alive.
Did they get over? They got over in time. That bomb will now go down. That's a big play call coming in here for Texas. That bomb will go down. And now Envoy in a tough spot. OpTic, map point, match point, reverse sweep point is on the cards. The green wall have willed them on this far.
One more round for Texas, one more round for OpTic. And the reverse sweep of the major to stay alive in the lower bracket. The green wall is up in arms. And they are feeling themselves. Here we go. This could be the end of Thieves. The defense coming straight in here, of course, for OpTic. And it will be the attack for LA Thieves on a very crucial round. Elite going for the first pre-fire, not finding anything at the moment. Drazah does get away with his life, almost lost the first blood again. Oh, never mind. Shotzzy with a long one from downtown. And Thieves are on the back foot one more time.
It's a 3v4 round for Thieves to now have to plant the bomb to stay in the game, to stay in the tournament. They have a little bit of control over towards A. This next kill will be crucial as Shotzzy going for the wall bang over towards the side, but Illy finds another. It's a 2v4. The bomb now going down here for Thieves. It's a 2v4 hold that they have to hold here.
And here they go. Here comes the green wall. They're going for it as well. Octane's gone down. It's just Kenny. It's only Kenny, and down he goes. The reverse sweep of the major. OpTic Gaming does Thieves out of the tournament in dramatic fashion. They keep on moving. The defending champions are still here. The reverse sweep to seal the deal. And oh my goodness.
That green wall is made of very strong stuff. It's made of resolute concrete that cannot be broken, even by a 2-0 deficit. They bring it back. But that was stressful for the side of OpTic. It's not how they would have wanted to kick their Saturday off, but will it give them that momentum to continue this streak, to continue the run through the losers bracket? What a game from iLLeY. So many first bloods from him with the AR. He really stepped it up in the second half of that Search and Destroy. Thieves were 3-1 up and then got 5-1 back to back to back from the side of OpTic Texas in the next 6 rounds. It is a phenomenal performance in the Search and Destroy by OpTic. They get the job done, but just about.
Hey, that's why we love events. That's why we love coming to the majors. OpTic Texas get it done in 5. LA Thieves will be going home, but I tell you something, silver lining for Thieves. They have looked like a very different team to the qualifiers.
Yeah, 100%. They've come up against some strong opposition in this losers bracket side, but then that's what happens if you have a bad regular season. To take nothing away from OpTic. The control always going to be strong for them. But ever since then, it felt like the Thieves we see in maps number 1 and maps number 2 were just not at the races. Berlin was a whitewash, as was the Tuscan control, of course. This was obviously a little bit back and forth, and with the start that they had, I really thought they were going to turn that around. Octane had a hell of a game, but he just didn't have as good a game as iLLeY did.
Wow. That's certainly one of the more entertaining games here this weekend. Can't believe we've cut a 2 reverse sweeps ton.
It's a nice change, it has to be said. But what great games we've had over the past 2 days now. And this is the best way possible to kick off Saturday. And what does that do for OpTic's confidence? I think they will be looking at that, and there's some things to review, especially the Tuscan hardpoint, the Bakaj you fall to. What is a ninja defuse in from Drazah? But you do not let that deter you. It's back-to-back-to-back maps for OpTic Texas. And they continue their losers bracket run, which will not get easier, it will get harder. They will need to be better than that to beat some of these teams who may well drop in. That was not the best performance whatsoever from OpTic, but they will be happy to take the reverse sweep there, and maybe it gives them the confidence heading on the rest of the day.
Oh, I think you're going to be confident. Speaking of confident, we're going to go to the Game Fuel Victory Spotlight on the main stage with Shotzzy.
Hey! So, did you go so hard for this comeback, you lost your shoes?
Yeah, I don't know where they're at. Does this work?
Yeah, no, we hear you, okay. But you were going so hard, you just kicked the shoes off.
Yeah, they don't let me wear slides, so, you know,
No,
I just wear
looks
socks.
good. It's impressive. You're comfortable, but all right, let's talk about this team, man. You you're in the O2 hole to FaZe last event. You're in the O2 hole here to Thieves. You just never seem out of it. What is it about this team? Where's the magic?
We know we can come back in any single series against anyone. You know, obviously third map is Control, and that's one of our best game modes right now. So we're never out of it, regardless if we're down 0-2 or anything like that.
Is it sort of just as simple as that? Like one map, you guys feel good and get a win, it's just off to the races.
Yeah, every single time we get one map win, everyone's riding their momentum, and you know, we just go from there.
All right, now let's talk about you a little bit. I think over the last couple of years, we've talked about your movement, the gunny, but I just feel like more so, people are starting to notice what you're doing on the minimap, being in the right spots, making the cerebral plays. What is it about this game or this team that's allowed you this freedom? You've been incredible. You're the best. That's one way to put it. Yeah.
Every map is just a playground to me. You know, I find openings.
I like that.
I do my own timings and stuff like that, and yeah, honestly, it's just simple as that. Every map is just my playground.
All right, well, hey, you got to make this run now. You're doing through losers, a little bit different, but dude, you've been incredible. Props to you and the squad. Good luck keeping it going.
Thank you. Shout out Greenwall.
Shotzzy from OpTic Texas. Every map is just a playground to me, but nameless. Back-to-back events now. LA Thieves got reverse swept out of the tournament, and OpTic Texas were able to capitalize to pull out that reverse sweep, man.
Listen, man, that guy on that stage scares me. The way he plays Call of Duty, he literally was dropping LeBron numbers all series long. Like the first two maps, he was doing it all, and throughout the rest of the series, continued to pop off in that Control. Everybody came to life. It was extremely dominant. You could tell how angry they were after they lost that Control to Seattle, moving in to their next two series. Like this OpTic Texas team to come back from what Thieves were doing, how Drazah was playing, like, that is impressive.
It was solid.
They could make this run. This is how it started like last time, although it was like a winner's bracket match. They went down 0-2, reverse swept, and didn't lose through the rest of the tournament, so it's getting scary for the competition.
Right? aLLeY, after all that we just saw right there, LA Thieves, they were so close.
They were so close, and it's really painful, right, to go up 2-0 and then get 3-0'd in a Tuscan Control. Obviously, that was more in OpTic's favor already because they were on a huge win streak when it came to that map and mode. But then to head into the hardpoint and get absolutely worked by Dashy, he dropped a 3.0 KD on that hardpoint, and then have to go into your worst game mode in the game 5. That's got to be heartbreaking.
Got that right. Now, the Scump played a game, it had to feature Shotzzy and Merc. We saw it in the back room, man.
Dude, like, what is this?
That three-piece was filthy.
I mean, pick your poison. I really don't know what this man is doing. Drazah right here.
What is that?
I'm not exactly sure what Drazah is saying. Like, hey, dude, can you see if there's gum under my shoes or something? Like, I don't know. He's trying to kick him in the face, but he's got an MP40. Like, this dude, he's able to read the map so well. But I'll tell you what, we could have picked that play. We could have picked plays from map 1, map 3, map 4. Honestly, yeah, playground is the best way to describe it. The way he is playing right now, he is the best player in the world today. Like, he truly is. It's been so fun to watch, and, well, he's still alive in the tournament.
And I agree with that. Even in that last round, the nade that he hits over P5 to get the first blood, like, this kid is literally going off, and you could see it throughout that game 5. You know, some rounds, he just feels like he has to be that guy to initiate in the round. He's pushing up. And, yeah, some rounds he might die and get first blood. It happened a couple times in the bow cage. But more often than not, he's getting pushed up, he's getting that damage in, and he's making an impact on that round. So, you know, to have a guy that's confident to do that even after getting blooded, to still go out there and make those plays is so crucial. The composure that OpTic Texas had in that game 5 is insane.
Right now, Shotzzy is just heating up, and OpTic Texas are doing the same. But at that main stage, we got a little peek about the next matchup here to come. It's going to be between the Boston Breach and the Florida Mutineers, and in that series, winner gets top 3, and it is oh so important. Things are just now heating up for day 3 of Major 2. We'll see you guys on the other side.